So we've been filming on YouTube for about a year and a half. When we started on YouTube, we really were just planning on just videoing ourselves and our family and things we were doing, and for that, we had an iPhone 6 Plus. Then when we decided we wanted to do a little bit more as far as YouTube, we moved on to a GoPro 4 Black, which ours got stolen, so we've got the 5 now. So after that, we went with a G7X. So we moved on from the G7X, and we went with a 70D. So this gave us primarily what we wanted. We had a wide lens, and then we had a microphone on top that gave us dedicated audio. You can probably tell right now the audio is taking a dip and it's getting more of what's around us instead of just my voice. Some of the things that we want that the 70D doesn't do would be, some of them have better stabilization, some of the newer cameras. Some of the newer cameras have time-lapse built into them. And sort of on the other side of the spectrum, the 70D also can't do slow motion. And then it doesn't have 4K. I wanted 4K. I think it's the future. We just didn't want to spend $1,000, $2,000 into a camera and then, you know, 6-12 months realize that pretty much the standard is something that our camera can't do. And so with that sort of wish list of features in mind, we made a decision on purchasing a camera. And I've got to say thank you to our patron supporters on Patreon, because without your support and without us having the confidence that that money will be there month to month, this was an expensive purchase. And I just don't know that I would want to continue to invest thousands of dollars in video equipment without knowing whether or not our audience really wanted us or stood behind us and the decisions we made for the channel. And basically with the money given to us by our patrons, it said, yes, we want you guys to invest in this channel. We want you guys to do what you can to grow. And that's where this decision came from. I've been wanting to upgrade a camera, but this gave me that kind of little last boost. And so after a year with the 70D, we're gonna be trying out a new camera. And so our new camera we're gonna go with is the Panasonic GH5. This thing looks great. It checks off, at least on paper, it checks off almost every box we've got for a camera we're looking for. It has a flip out screen, which the Sony did not have. The image stabilization on this should be a step up from our Canon 70D. It should have all those things I just mentioned: time lapse, 4K, the ability to do slow motion. And the thing just, man, it just looks great. It's clear, it's crisp. And I didn't want to just say we swapped to the GH5 and then that was it. I want to do a little more than that. I wanted to test the GH5 in a real live vlogging situation with this lens. And not only that, I wanted to compare it to the 70D. And so I've got, how's it gonna go? This thing that I'm gonna continue finishing rigging up so that I can have the 70D and the GH5 on the same bracket that I can hold, so you can actually see the two cameras side by side. All right, there it is. This thing looks freaky, man. I'm not gonna actually selfie stick with this. I'm just kind of got this stood up for now. I think I'm gonna walk around holding this because I do not trust. This piece right here is the one I don't trust. I'm pretty sure that's plastic, a lot of that. So the rest of this though is metal, and I feel like it's pretty secure. Here's the two cameras side by side, and I don't have any sort of special settings on either one of these cameras. They are both pretty much on auto. We customized a little bit of our Canon stuff, but for the most part, when you're running gun and shooting in different environments all the time, you don't really have time to be slowing down, changing all the settings like you would maybe in like a photo shoot or something like that. Man, this thing's heavy. Oh my goodness. I don't know how long I can hold this thing up. We'll test the stabilization on these. So here's kind of the plan for today. We have a photographer coming to take pictures of our family around 6, and Marissa's been spending most of the day getting the RV ready for that, and then she's going to start getting us ready for that. I don't know if you've ever been around a mom when it comes time to take pictures. She just went to town looking for something different to wear, and she's pretty stressed. So it's a big deal for Marissa, so I want things to go well for her and well for the pictures. But the problem is we've taken our van to go get tuned up for our next route, and so we don't have anything to pull the Airstream with. So I'm going to drive to my parents' house 15-20 minutes away, grab the truck, bring it over here, move the Airstream, where it'll sit for like an hour or two for pictures, and then move the Airstream back to our spot, and then drive the truck back to my parents. So you're talking like 2 or 3 hours of moving stuff for the pictures, which none of that would have to be done if we didn't have to move the Airstream, but I get it. I mean, the spot we're at isn't really like a good spot for pictures. So I just remembered that I don't have any way to raise and lower the stabilizer jacks on the Airstream because we don't have our van. Everything's in our van. So I'm gonna swing by where the van's at and get out something so I can raise and lower those jacks. I mean, our pictures are like in an hour. I'm still driving around. I haven't even started getting ready and we've still got to move the Airstream. All right, I got something. So get back home, get this Airstream moved. Hey Kinsley, you getting ready for pictures?
I'm ready for pictures.
Yeah, you look so pretty. Are we getting there, babe?
Well, trying to move and get ready is a little crazy, but we're getting there.
Hey, like the setup. I mean, just leave it like this.
You think?
Yeah.
I think it's a little much. It's overkill. I don't know which camera to look at.
Yeah, I got kind of cross-eyed earlier.
It's like Moana. Pick an eye.
Just pick an eye, babe. I can't concentrate on what I'm saying.
Finally got this thing pulled into the spot. I did horrible. It's such a hard spot to get into, and it's like muddy in here too. You gotta like angle in. I don't know.
Come here. Let's get some pictures. You want to get some pictures?
Good job.
Kenzie's camera.
Hensley's camera? What, the GoPro one? I might let you hold that one. You did pretty good, Hensley.
I get what's in the grass.
I appreciate you feeding my GoPro grass.
It's an alligator, not a GoPro.
Oh, alligator, my bad. Well, that was, like I figured, probably like 2 hours of moving around for the photo shoot, but we got it done. That's kind of the thing with photography. You can't take too long or the light's gone and that's it.
I don't know why family picture day gets so stressful sometimes.
I think it's a mom thing.
You think?
Like I remember when my family would take pictures, like mom would be stressed out and trying to get everybody coordinated and out the door, and everybody else, of course, especially the guys, were like, whatever. We do what we got to do to get the pictures done. We promised her ice cream, so we're gonna have to go out and get some ice cream. Yeah, you didn't forget, did you? Is that alligator full yet? I'd really like to not have to dig that out of my GoPro. I guess we gotta get this Airstream back in our spot before it gets dark.
Oh.
Yeah. Getting it out of here should be a lot easier than getting it in.
We just kind of wanted it out of the way so that it was kind of on its own over here, so it was a little bit of work.
It's a better spot, but it's a lot of work just to move the Airstream for 30 minutes of pictures, but let's get this thing moved again.
Mommy, listen to heart.
You're listening to my heart? I'm gonna miss looking down and seeing that little face. I love seeing her looking up at me, and I just think that's the sweetest thing because I know that one day, you know, she won't be looking up at me like that. I always find that to be one of my favorite things is when she comes up and grabs hold like that. That's a big stick.
We'll go higher, higher.
Well, we promised Hensley ice cream, but I realized we don't have our car with a car seat, so I'm gonna go take my parents' truck back, and then I'll stop and get some ice cream on the way. What do you think about the camera?
It looks clear.
It does better in low light than the other
Yeah,
one too. Like
yeah.
it's much brighter in here. Like right now, the other one right now, it could film in here, but it definitely wouldn't be this bright and this clear. I've got 30 days, and then I can send it back, which
You can change your mind.
yeah, I have to keep it in pristine condition though. That's kind of the kicker. That's pretty hard to do with a toddler, but hopefully we can keep it in pristine condition if this one doesn't work out. Plan B was probably a Sony a6500, but it does not have the flip around screen, and
We like our screen. It's just knowing that you're in frame and in the shot, and how the light is around you. And I mean, it might not be as big of a deal as we think it is, but we really like having it.
look forward to getting to use this, and
Yeah, we're gonna get to use it somewhere super cool on our next trip.
yes.
So if you want to find out where we're going next, we mention it in our latest blog post on our website. It's an article about the national park system, so that's a hint.
Marissa does a great job. She writes a new blog post every week. I'll put a link to sign up for that if you want to sign up for it. I don't know, it's kind of Marissa talking from the heart. Sometimes she talks about places we go, tips, just all kinds of stuff. You did pretty good with the pictures today. She immediately wanted to go in the mud and we had to get her out of that dress.
Where's Cindy go?
Where'd she go? I don't know, where'd she go? Ah! See, you can't do this kind of stuff without a screen. This thing's got a lot of buttons. It's got a lot of options. You don't just like push the record button. I mean, there's like multiple record. I don't know. It's a lot of stuff. And we will catch you guys later.